What started as a story about teenage love and heartbreak in Hollyoaks has spiraled into one of the show's darkest and most disturbing storylines yet. Lucas Hayes' descent into anger, guilt, and emotional chaos has reached a point that's left fans stunned, and this latest episode might be the breaking point for everyone around him. For weeks, Lucas has been carrying a storm of rage just beneath the surface. He's been lashing out, hurting the people closest to him, especially his dad, Ste. And while Ste has been doing everything he can to hide the truth, pretending everything's fine just to hold his family together, the cracks have become impossible to ignore. The pain, the fear, the guilt, it's all finally catching up. But the real turning point came when Dillon Ray, Lucas's on-again off-again boyfriend, discovered what was really happening. He stumbled upon the truth that Ste had been desperately trying to bury, that Lucas's anger wasn't just words or frustration, it had become violent. And the moment Dillon found out, everything began to unravel. When Dillon confronted Lucas, it wasn't met with guilt or regret, it was met with fury. The tension between them exploded. Instead of realizing how badly he'd hurt people, Lucas turned it around, blaming everyone else. His pride and fear of being exposed twisted into pure anger. In a heated outburst, Lucas stormed into the dog's kitchen, confronting Ste in one of the most shocking scenes Hollyoaks has aired in months. His voice shook with a mix of panic and rage as he spat out, "You couldn't keep your fat mouth shut, could you? Dillon thinks I'm some kind of violent thug now because you told him I hit you. He wants to break up with me." Ste tried to calm him down, pleading with him that he hadn't told Dillon anything, and he hadn't. Dillon had simply overheard them at the hospital. But Lucas wasn't listening. The fear of losing control, of being abandoned, pushed him to a breaking point, and in a terrifying moment, he grabbed his father's hand and pressed it onto the hot stove. The sizzle of skin and the look of shock in Ste's eyes were horrifying. Then came the line that left viewers speechless. "Why do you always make me do this to you?" The way he said it, as if he were the victim, as if his actions were somehow justified, revealed just how far gone Lucas really is. After the attack, Ste stood in silence, trying to hide the pain, both physical and emotional. Later, Dillon walked in and found Ste quietly pouring cold water over the burn, trying to play it off as an accident. His voice trembled as he brushed off Dillon's questions, trying once again to protect Lucas, even as his hand throbbed from the injury. But Dillon wasn't fooled. He could see the truth. He knew what Lucas was doing, and he couldn't take it anymore. He made a decision right there. He was going to break up with Lucas, no matter how painful it was. Before doing that, Dillon confronted Ste, and that moment turned unexpectedly emotional. Old feelings surfaced, those complicated, forbidden feelings Dillon had for Ste. But this time, Ste had no patience left. His voice cracked as he snapped, "Are you really doing this right now? When are you going to get it into your thick head that I've got zero feelings for you? I'm trying my best to hold things together. I'm trying to be a good dad for Lucas. That's what you should be doing, focusing on your own kid instead of trying to get off with his granddad." It was brutal, but it worked. Dillon finally admitted he was done with Ste. Still, Ste's words had an unintended consequence. They sent Dillon straight into a situation even more dangerous. Because when he went to break things off with Lucas, he didn't find the same angry teenager from earlier. What he found was something much more fragile and much more alarming. Lucas was sitting there, quiet, broken, and holding a blade. The rage that had been eating away at him had turned inward. He looked up at Dillon with empty eyes and said, "I ain't your problem anymore. You deserve better than me. You don't even love me." It was a haunting moment, one of those scenes that made time feel like it stood still. Dillon, frozen in fear, realized what Lucas was about to do. His voice trembled as he tried to talk him down, convincing him to put the blade away. In a desperate attempt to stop him, he told Lucas what he needed to hear, that he still loved him. And just like that, the situation diffused, but it came at a cost. Because instead of breaking free, Dillon found himself pulled right back in. Caught between compassion and fear, he agreed to stay, at least for now. The emotional manipulation, the guilt, the control, it's all becoming too much, not just for Dillon, but for Ste too. Every choice seems to drag them deeper into a web of pain that Lucas can't or won't escape. Now, fans are left wondering what happens next. Will Ste finally reach his breaking point and expose what's been happening behind closed doors? Or will his loyalty to his son keep him trapped in this endless cycle of abuse and silence? And what about Dillon? Can he truly help Lucas, or is he being dragged into something far darker than he ever imagined? This storyline isn't just about teenage emotions anymore. It's about control, guilt, and the blurred line between love and fear. Lucas isn't just spiraling, he's pulling everyone around him down too. And as the story continues, one question looms over everything. How far will Lucas go before someone finally stops him? Because one more outburst, one more moment of rage, could change everything, and not everyone may walk away unscathed. With Hollyoaks diving deeper into these uncomfortable and emotional themes, one thing's certain: the story of Lucas Hay is far from over. But if what we've seen so far is any indication, vacation, the worst may still be to come.